Welcome my good smiling friends, Ify here with another Middle Eastern fragrance, and today we have Oud Salab by Anfar. Now what I have here is a pocket spray version of the original fragrance, and if you have seen my latest haul of Middle Eastern fragrances, you will see that I have plenty of these pocket sprays because it's the closest thing to sampling these Middle Eastern fragrances. However, I'm starting to doubt these pocket sprays. I mean, it's a good alternative to testing the fragrance, but I don't think you're getting the full potential. So let me know what's your experience with these pocket sprays. I know it's not the best thing to do because these are plastic, but to get an idea on how the fragrance smells before buying a full bottle, this is definitely the best option. But you don't always get the pocket spray version of the fragrance you want to try. So Oud Salab by Anfar. Anfar, not a very popular Middle Eastern brand, but from what I've smelled so far, they are pretty much on the same level with Oud Saffron fragrances. At least the ones that have that typical Middle Eastern smell. Because Oud Saffron now are making some huge clones of popular Western fragrances. And if you compare that to this, those are definitely on a higher level considering that they are on the same price. So I don't know the state of the current fragrances of Anfar because I haven't tried many. So again, if you have any more information about this brand, leave a comment below. However, Oud Salab did stand out the most out of all the pocket spray versions I have tested in that haul of Middle Eastern fragrances. Even though it might be a common scent in the Middle East, in the West here, it's a special scent. The word oud here is probably just in the name. If it's in the fragrance as well, there are probably traces amount. I'm not able to get any oud. I am able to get, however, a smoky, green, almost weed-like smell. And then it also has like a holy place monastery smell. It's probably given by the floral notes, some rose possibly. With these Middle Eastern fragrances, it's hard to pick up on individual notes, but you do pick up like a pattern of the smell. And the smell is very linear, except from the part where you initially spray the fragrance. Then after a couple of minutes, that's probably the rest of the fragrance. That's what you're going to get until the fragrance completely disappears. So with Oud Salab is that green smell which disappears a bit, but you're still getting that smoky green, almost like tobacco leaf smell, and with some florals and some woody notes. The sweetness here is pretty much minimal. There's a bit of sweetness, just a bit. It's not an overwhelming scent. However, I still wouldn't recommend blind buying this fragrance. Now, the more I was wearing this fragrance, the more it reminded me of another fragrance that I have smelled, and that was half of Initio Oud Go Greatness. And that's why I kept saying that, to me, Initio Oud Go Greatness smells of a cheap Middle Eastern fragrance. At least half of it. And this is that half. The other half is that sweet Baccarat Rouge smell. So to keep that in mind as well, if you like Initio Oud Go Greatness, if you can imagine it without that Baccarat Rouge smell. Now the performance, here is the tricky part because I cannot really tell if the performance is hindered by the fact that the juice is kept in this plastic bottle and maybe its performance is not as good as the one in the glass bottle. Usually what's kept in a glass bottle, it's preserved better. So let me know if you have tried Oud Salab in the original glass bottle. What is the performance in that bottle? Because in this pocket spray, I'm getting about 6 hours of longevity, 30 minutes of good projection, but then it pretty much becomes a skin scent. Also, to take into consideration, when you have these pocket sprays, you have to do about 3 sprays to equal the amount released from a normal bottle, because it has a tiny spray and it releases a little amount of juice. So I'm usually doing about 3 sprays on each part of the skin where I'm trying to spray it. So who would I recommend this fragrance to? To people who are tired of designer fragrances, they want to try something new but not too overwhelming, and to someone that likes Middle Eastern smells but without the heavy or animalic oud. But pretty much if you like the smell of a green tobacco leaf, green cannabis, that kind of smell, combine that with a Middle Eastern smell, and probably you're going to enjoy this. And that was it. That was Oud Salab by Anfar. Until the next video, keep smelling great.